crafty friends, sorry this has taken a while to upload, but I was recording and then realised I wasn't recording because I hadn't set up my camera. Yeah, I don't think I should be left unsupervised. Anyway, let's crack on. Without further ado, I'm here today with a video for you which comprises, now there's a word, of my first DT package for Alina Crafts. Now, Alina Crafts can be found on Amazon and AliExpress, and if you don't know who she is, she's a lady in China who is an original designer. She does not copy, and you can find her products and her store by clicking on the link below. So yeah, head down to the description, have a look what's on offer today, and feel free to take a browse should you feel the need to. If you don't want to either, that's okay as well. Nobody's forcing you. But I just thought I'd come on today and show you some of the products that Alina sent me as part of my first DT package, and some of the crafty makes. Yeah, crafty make. I've got some crafty makes for you as well. So I hope to inspire you. So without further ado, let's dive on into the good stuff. So we have got some embellishments. We all love embellishments. I've got some of these. They look like sweeties or candies, as they say in America. But please don't eat them. They're not sweets. So they're like the little swirly patterns on there, you know, like Werther's. I think they do some Werther's original sweeties that look like those. Yeah, they look really tasty. No, don't eat them. And then you have got some like shaker, perfect for shaker cards. These are. Don't just put them in shakers either. Stick them on the front of a card instead of a sequin, or, you know, something like that. But these are hearts, flowers, little beady things, envelopes. Yeah, really pretty. And I like that they're reds and blacks as well. Perfect for some of these. And then you've also got some sort of purpley, pink and purple flowers. Really, really cute. Yeah, so those are my sequin mixes. Not sequin mixes. They're like clay embellishments, and they're really lightweight as well. They don't actually add any much extra weight to your cards at all. Yeah, so that's those. Right, next up I've got a stamp and die set for you. So you've got 2 stamps here, and these are just, as I say, 2 stamps. So it's a single stamp. They're not individual sentiments. You would put it in your stamp positioning tool, stamp it down, job's a good one. Or if you don't have a stamp positioning tool, put it on your work surface. So if you've got a glass mat, pop it on there like so, ink it up, get your cardstock, rub your hand over the top, nice and smooth and evenly, peel that away, and then it works just as well. Okay, so there's a little tip for you if you don't have a stamp positioning tool and you're interested in purchasing one of those. Let me just get that the right way, because it yeah, let's put that on there. So you get 2, and the sentiments you get are all different. I think there's a couple that might be similar. So you've got happy birthday or happy birthday dear friend, but they're not identical, and the fonts are different as well. And there's a sentiment for all occasions on there. Now these come with a die. So the die you would use to cut them out in one pass. That's one pass, people, of your machine. Yeah. What is this wizardry? Yeah, and so you would line up the dots. You've got 4 dots on the stamp. Line up the 4 dots of your die over the top to match perfectly. Whiz it through your bad boy of a machine, and you get all your sentiments. Sentiment City. It's great. Yeah, love it. Cut them out in different colours, all colours of the rainbow. And then you can keep them in a bowl on your desk, and you know, match them up, you know, with the colour scheme of your project. Fantastic. Also, just as a side note, when you cut them out, you will end up with a negative space with a piece of paper that looks like that. How about using that for a stencil? Yeah. See, I've got brains, you see. Yeah, I thought that would make a lovely, lovely stencil. So if you've got some heat-resistant acetate, do some heat embossing with your stamp and some VersaFine. Cut them out with your die, and then use the acetate that's left over as a stencil as well. And you can keep that as well. Yeah, you can keep that tip. That one's free. Don't charge anything for that. Okay, so yeah, I hope you like those stamps and that die set, because I think they're amazing. Right, oh, you have to excuse me, I've got a bit of a sniffle and I'm just hoping I have not got a cold coming. Right, this is my magnetic sheet and I'm going to show you some stencils. Alina asked me what I'd like, so I went browsing in the shop as you do, and I thought, stencils, I'm quite partial to a stencil. I think they're the most versatile crafting product. I might be wrong, but that's my opinion. So anyway, I chose this one. It's a lovely, quite a simple floral design, and it would add lovely details, whether you're going to ink through it, push some texture paste through it, use it for mixed media, card making, emboss it through your die cutting machine. Most die cutting machines come with an embossing mat. Put it on some cardstock, whiz it through, just adhering to your die cutting machine's guidelines for embossing, and yeah, it would make a nice dry embossing design. Oh, sorry, these stencils come in a pack of 3, so that's the first one. Again, it's linked in the description box below. The next one is this foliage design. I thought it was quite palm tree, bit of a palm tree vibe going on there. So if you've got doing a tropical card, I thought that would look really nice. Great for a masculine card as well. So if you wanted to do it a bit mixed media-y style for a fella in your life, yeah, that would be an ideal stencil for him. And this one was what drew me to these stencils, was the fact that these flowers in the petals have got this dotty detail. Now, anything with dots on it, and I am sold. People have said I am a bit dotty, but I just think that's being rude. And yeah, it's been said on more than one occasion, so there might be some truth in it. But yeah, this is a fabulous stencil as well, and I will use that a lot. I'm going to use that in art journaling, card making, mixed media projects. I'm going to use that quite a lot. So that's that. Let's get on to some dies, shall we? I'm just going to show you a card I made. So this one I made using an outer cutting die, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I used some papers from Alina. I've made some flowers that come with the die sets, and I've also used those little purple flowers and those embellishments. And I've also used one of the sentiments there. That one was just stamped in grey, but all will become clear in a moment when I show you the die set. So that's the card. Now this is the die set. So you get this lovely outer edge frill, which cuts out all these little dots. Save all the little punch out pieces as well, because they would make nice shaker elements as well. But yeah, so yeah, there's that little tip as well. So I cut out 2 pieces of cardstock in purple, and then I scored the back at about, I think there's about 1 centimetre there. I scored it and then used some of Alina's high tack tape and stuck that together, and that makes your card base. So you can make your card base, or you can cut it out once and put it on a card base. So you've got options, you know, you're not just limited to one thing. And I like to use my die sets for more than one thing. I like to, when I invest my money, I like to know that it's going to do more than one thing. So you get that outside cutting edge, then you also get the matting layer that goes on the inside as well. I'll show you that one in a minute. And you also get 4 flowers in that set as well. And I use the flowers on another card. Okay, but with this die set, you also get 3 other pieces as well. You get this heart here that cuts into the card. It doesn't cut out, so it cuts in. And what's great about this matting layer that's on the inside, let me just take that frilly edge away. This inside matting layer, these dies fit in the centre. So you could either have it, so you can cut it out once there, then cut it again once there, and then cut it again there. So you've got 3 evenly spaced apertures within that matting layer. Or you could do it that way. And then have, sorry, I'm just trying to pick it up off the magnet. So you could have one there and then one in the middle. I'm trying not to ruin my nails. And then one there as well. Or you could do it that way. You know, you've got options. Okay. And then it's the same with these. I like to call them like label dies. So they look like labels. And again, you can cut them that way. So you've got it that way, or that way, and that way. So you've got 3 evenly spaced again, or do it that way, that way, that way. And it's the same with that one as well. So they fit, sorry, put that the right way around. So you've got it that way, that way, that way, and then put embellishments on the top. I hope you understand what I mean by that. But just in case you don't, I've got an example of a card I made. Sorry, in hindsight, I shouldn't have used rainbow cards because of obviously the reflection on screen. But this is the card I made. Sorry for the blinding. But yeah, so I've cut them out, 3 of those labels, and it's so easy to evenly space them within the frills of that matting layer. And I also use the flowers, the flower dies to make those flowers, and I just layered those up. I used the dotty stencil, the dotty flower stencil in the background there, and obviously again I used that frilly outer edge to make the card base. So that's that die set. Versatile, can use it for more than one thing. You know, you're not limited. Next die set is a huge one. It is massive. So I'm just going to separate the pieces. Oh, I've dropped one on the floor. Oh, heck. 1 moment. Oh, bear with. Did you hear my old bones then? Right, this one. It's another DL shape again, like the one I've just shown you previously. So you've got that outer edge cutting die there, so that can go on a card base, or you can make a card base out of it. Entirely up to you. Then you also get this matting layer that goes on the inside as well. You also get this plate here, which fits perfectly in there, and you can cut out an aperture window in one pass. So you've got those 3 apertures in there in one pass. I'll just show you a card I made using that set. So I've made a shaker card here. Again, I've used the outer edge to make the card base. And then I've cut out of black cardstock that one there, and it cuts those 3 apertures. I've put foam around the windows, and I've used that red embellishment mix or shaker mix to put in the shaker. And I've also used tulle instead of acetate in the windows to stop all your shaky bits coming out. And I've also embellished it with those lovely little things as well. Aren't they cute? But that's not it in this die set. As a die set in general, you also get these elements here. So you've got some flowers, some bows, and these little funny shaped circles here with the holes in the middle. I wonder what they're for. I'll show you in a minute. And there's another little bow there. Great die set. And to make these DL cards, you also get all these dies, and these make an envelope, and it's so easy to put together. I will link an iCard. I think it's up here. Is it up here? No, it's up here, I think. It's an iCard for Alina's tutorial on how to put this envelope together, and it is so easy. I figured it out in a matter of seconds. So you get this one here. So you're going to cut this one twice. You get a score line along here that doesn't cut, and it cuts the outer edge, and that's your flap, one of your flaps to build the envelope together. So cut that out twice of your chosen cardstock, whether it be patterned or plain or pink with green spots, whatever you fancy, you go ahead and do it. You're also going to cut out this piece here, and you're going to cut that out once, and that's got a score line as well and a flap. And you've also got this piece here, which is going to join all the pieces together, and you're going to cut that out once as well. So out of 3 dies, you've got 4 pieces. Then you've also got this matting layer that goes with this piece here. So you've got an envelope liner, so you can put it on the outside of your envelope or on the inside of your envelope, whatever you like. So easy. So I just did it out of some plain white smooth cardstock. I built the envelope, and then those funky little circles that I showed you a moment ago do have a purpose. And I've put eyelets in the middle there. I've popped them up on some foam, so I hope you can see that. And then I've just put some white twine, and then that will give you your figure 8 clasp closure, like so. Okay, and I love that design of the on the flap of the envelope as well. I think that looks really cool. On the inside, I used the matting layer. I'll just move those out of the way, which was that die. I cut that out of plain white, inked it up through one of those beautiful floral stencils from Alina, and stuck that on the inside, and I think that matches, although I used a different stencil, but the colour scheme's the same. And then your card fits in the envelopes beautifully. And then you just wee with the twine, seal that up. That's how you seal it. Fabulous. So beautiful, and it's a lovely finishing touch, I think, to a handmade card, because if you've handmade the envelope as well, I just think that makes all the difference. And it fits the DL. It doesn't just fit that one, I will prove it. All the cards that I've made, so obviously you would make an envelope that matches your project, that matches, sorry, push that in, that fits in there as well. And even this card that's got dimension, there's plenty of room for that to go in as well. Yeah, so there's plenty of room in the envelopes for your cards, like so. Okay, I think we're coming to the end. So that is all one die set, all those little bits of extras there, those dies to make a card or card base, and then the 4 dies to make the envelope. I'll link those in the description below, like everything else. I don't know why I keep saying it. I don't need to keep saying it, do I? Oh. Right, last but not least. Oh, is this woman ever going to shut up? Yes, I am. I am in a minute. I've got 3 more amazing things for you. 1 die set, and these are huge. Now in this shabby chic card I made, I used the one of these border dies, so it just gives that sort of shabby chic element on the card. Now these are about 8.5 inches long, I believe. She gets the ruler out and she is right. 8.5 inches for that one. That one's a bit longer. That is about 8 3/4 long, and that one is about 8.5 as well. And they're under 2 inches wide. So those two are about 1.5 inches or just under 1.5 inches wide, and that one's about, yeah, about 1 3/4 inches, something like that. So they will go through your Sizzix Big Shot if you have the extender plates and the chrome cutting plate. I do recommend the chrome cutting plate on the Sizzix Big Shot for intricate dies, and these cut in one pass for me. And I have the long extender plates on my Big Shot because I have big dies, so I use those extended cutting pads on my Big Shot. So I do recommend you do that, or if you've got an A4 die cutting machine, brilliant, they'll work great. But you might struggle if you only have the standard size cutting pads, unless you put the die on. If you put the die on an angle, it might just go through. I'm not quite sure, I haven't tested it that way. But even so, they're amazing dies, they're so intricate. And I even cut it out of vellum, and this vellum is quite delicate and thin. So yeah, that's how it looks in vellum, and I just thought that would be a really lovely addition to any project. So pretty. Alina's got a tutorial on how to use these dies, or a card example she made using these dies. I'll link that in the iCard up there as well. So that's it from me. Please hit subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. Come say hello. Give me a wave. Any questions, drop them in the comments below, and I will try my bestest to answer them for you. Stay tuned for future videos. I'd like to do mixed media, I like to do art journaling, I like to do card making. So if you're interested in any of those things and you think I'm a bit nuts, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell for future notifications, and I will catch you in my next video. Ta-ta for now.